I'd appreciate it if you'd send a copy to all the members and indicate that
Bill, there's nothing to worry about. Everything's going to be just fine. You lost your arm in a car accident yesterday. We've transplanted another arm for you.
How does it feel to have someone else's arm?
Dad, it's sort of gross.
well, that's not how it looks. It's how it works, right?
I think there's something the matter with me.
Oh!
It's the arm.
Billy! What's going on?
There's something wrong with the person I used to belong to.
You have this guy's arm. You don't have his personality.
I want you to run my prints. Any past record I had would show up on the printout, right? You put a killer's arm onto my body and you didn't tell me.
That arm can't do anything you don't want it to.
How do you know that? Where does evil live? Does it live in the soul? In the mind? Maybe it lives in the flesh.
Maybe you got some kind of demon inside of you these days.
Why doesn't anybody want to ask any questions about these operations? I hit my kid. I tried to strangle my wife. I have nightmares every night. I want this man off!
Don't you realize what I and my team have accomplished with that arm?
Take the kids and go to your mother's.
Don't pack, just go now!
Body parts.
We're making history here.
Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And this review is going to be on Body Parts, which was released in 1991. And the film stars Jeff Fahey, Brad Dourif, Kim Delaney, Lindsay Duncan, Paul Ben-Victor, and Peter Murnik. And the film was directed by Eric Reed, who also wrote the film. And Body Parts, this is a body horror film. And I say, very good movie this is. I really enjoyed this film. Thought Jeff Fahey did a very good job in the film. And pretty much basically what the film is about is, it's about Bill Cruikshank, who is played by Jeff Fahey. He's a psychologist, and we see at the beginning of the film, he's working at a prison with this killer, this convicted killer. We see at the beginning of the film, he is interviewing this convicted killer. And aside from his job as a psychologist, we see that, you know, he has a wife and 2 kids. And one day while he's going off to work, he's driving to work, he ends up getting into this really horrific bad car accident, which in the process, he loses his arm. So he gets taken to the hospital, and there's this doctor, Dr. Agda Webb, who is played by Lindsay Duncan. She ends up telling Jeff Fahey's character's wife that, you know, he needs a new arm, and that they found a donor that is willing to donate his arm to Jeff Fahey's character. So Dr. Agda Webb, Lindsay Duncan's character, ends up convincing Jeff Fahey's wife to sign off on this experimental arm transplant surgery. So Jeff Fahey's character, Bill, ends up getting released from the hospital, and, you know, he goes back to work, you know, with his new arm. Things seem to go, you know, really normal. But then he starts to get these visions of horrible murders. And this arm that Jeff Fahey's character ends up finding out later on that arm once belonged to a serial killer named Charlie Fletcher. And we find out that this guy murdered 20 people, and how he finds out that the arm belonged to, Charlie Fletcher. He ends up having a friend that works, for the police, and he scans the fingerprint on his new arm, and that's how Jeff Fahey's character ends up finding out that the arm belonged to a serial killer. And he finds out that there are these two other patients, Mark Draper, who is played by Peter Murnik, and Rima Lacey, played by Brad Dourif, and they got the surgery as well, but Mark Draper, Peter Murnik's character, end up receiving the killer's legs, because both Peter Murnik and Brad Dourif's characters end up receiving Charlie Fletcher's legs and his other arm. So Brad Dourif's character Rima Lacey received the other arm from Charlie Fletcher, and Jeff Fahey's character ends up visiting Brad Dourif's character, and we see that his character is a struggling artist, and he ends up making a fortune selling paintings that he made with his new arm. And Mark Draper, played by Peter Murnik, he gets a new leg and he's able to walk again. But Jeff Fahey's character ends up telling the both of them that those parts that they got in the other surgery belong to a serial killer. And Brad Dourif's character, doesn't care about that. He only cares about, his success. And, Mark Draper, Peter Murnik's character, doesn't care as well, because he's just happy that he's able to walk again. And, later on, things, take a turn where we see Charlie Fletcher, and he ends up, killing the both of them. And then he tries to come for Jeff Fahey's character later on. So Jeff Fahey has to stop Charlie Fletcher. But pretty much that's basically what the plot of the film is about. And, as the film progresses, we know why the doctor has done this surgery to Jeff Fahey's character and Brad Dourif and Peter Murnik's characters. But the film is very good. I think it's very underrated, in my opinion. Jeff Fahey, I thought, did a good job in the role. A likable family man, and who just goes to work as a psychologist, and just things start to take a turn once he gets the new arm. Brad Dourif, it was good to see Brad Dourif here, as Rima Lacey, who is a struggling artist, and we see he's painting these pictures of the visions that Jeff Fahey's character ends up seeing. So Brad Dourif, I thought, did a good job in the film as well. We also have Kim Delaney, who plays Karen Krishnick, Jeff Fahey's character's wife. Thought she did a good job as well. Lindsay Duncan as Agda Webb, very menacing character, and we see later on, why she did the surgery to Jeff Fahey and also Brad Dourif and Peter Murnik's character. Peter Murnik as Mark Draper, another very likable guy who Jeff Fahey wants to help, and tell him, well, this leg came from a serial killer. And it's not a long film. It's only an hour and 29 minutes, so the film flows pretty good. But this is the 4K that was released from Kino Lorber in its Studio Classics line, which Screen Factory released this on Blu-ray, and the features that it has on here were ported from the Scream Factory Blu-ray release, but it has a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master that was sourced from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. Has a commentary by co-writer director Eric Red, deleted footage with optional audio commentary by Eric Red, which the deleted footage it shows the longer version of the accident that Jeff Fahey's character goes through, and you just see him on the highway, just face down, and you see like his arm and the hand move, and you also get another scene in the deleted footage where you get the full surgery scene of Jeff Fahey's character ends up getting that arm transplant. So you see that, and it came from a work print that was described by Eric Reed before the deleted footage started, and he said that there was a rumor stating that he had to take out those scenes so the film wouldn't get an NC-17 rating, which he said that's not true because he turned it into the MPAA and they gave it an R rating right then and there. So, but I liked how the work print footage of those two deleted scenes looked. So very like grainy-ish. You also have a interview with the co-writer director Eric Red, interview with editor Anthony Redman, interview with actor Paul Ben Victor, which his character in the film is the one that Jeff Fahey's character ends up interviewing as the film begins. You also have an interview with Peter Murnik, who plays Mark Draper. You also have still galleries, TV spots, and the trailer. But definitely check out Body Parts. Very good movie, very underrated, good body horror film. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But anyway, that's it for my review of Body Parts. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later tonight with the SmackDown review. I know I didn't do a Monday Night Raw review on Monday, but my thoughts on Raw on Monday, it was just very mediocre in my opinion. So, but like I said, stay tuned for the SmackDown review, and I'll see you all later tonight.